Yo, yo, what is up? What the business is on these streets out here? This Clarence over at Pursuit of Freedom. Financial freedom is the pursuit. Because we live in a day where, you know, you can be a slave to your debt. You got to find ways to make this money grow. And for me, the stock market is the money tree. You got to find strategy and plant some seeds and see if they grow. I got you looking at TC 2000. These are the four major indexes that I like to follow. Predominantly, I like to base my thoughts off the S&P or the Wilshire. Wilshire represents 5,000 companies, 500 companies with the S&P. So you see that the market has had a nice bounce to the tune of 12, close to 13% off the lows. With that, though, my trading, in all honesty, has been struggling. So I wanted to mix things up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do today is give you some free insights, into my thought process, the two main buying strategies that I do practice. Uh, One is a support to resistance type buy, and the other is a breakout. Those are the dominant strategies that people buy in the market traders when it comes to buying stocks. Okay, I got you looking at my master list because I scrolled through this list trying to find stocks that fit that criteria. And once I find a stock that fits that criteria, I add it to a personalized list. Okay, so possible breakouts. I need to go through that master list and add some more to that, but this is just, let me click on that one. 16 and 16. So there's 16 different stocks that I got on my possible breakouts list. I got hair in here. As you can see, the predominant lead-in trend coming in has been bearish in the sun, falling off. I got my little daily chart, intra-day chart to the left, but I kind of want that to be out of the way because the daily chart is what I base any buying off of predominantly. And then I look at the intraday chart to find my exit strategy, right? Or you can find your exit strategy off the daily chart too. So we got another resistance here in this stock up at 125. Right now it's at 102. You got a red there. You got some pullback. So this resistance at 125 is held. I do like that I have an uptrend. I'm always looking for an uptrend in any stock that I'm looking towards buying. You know what I'm saying? Uptrend is, green getting to the money. Uh, I done been neglecting a tad bit going through and really charting, the way I like to call it. I mean, charting, looking at stock after stock to the tune of probably 1,000 stocks a night. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 charts a night, that is. Uh, but what you want to do is just find stocks that are approaching a resistance area, because once that resistance is broken, you know that good things can follow. In this case, we got an early resistance possibly at the 100-day moving average, but I don't want to spend all day just looking at that one. I'm going to leave this one in play because this resistance is still holding, but we're still close enough for that resistance to probably break soon. This is FIK, PHIK, and it's already broken above this resistance area I got set, at least on Friday. Friday had a nice gap, and it wasn't a big gap. That gap is what? 10%, 11%, and it closed higher on the day. Closed up another 7%. So if you was in Thursday, you can be up a tad bit. The resistance was formed at about 248. Based on this counter, probably about 250. Okay, that's 254. So once this thing got above that level, it's now off and running. And what I like to do at times is add that to another list. I made breakout runners. Sometimes breakout runners will continue to run. I'm not going to show you that list today because I don't want to talk on that for too long. All right, I'm at 4 minutes. I ain't been yapping for too long yet. Now, I do like the volume on this. It's got a 1.1 million on the volume. I don't got a float, at least for TC 2000, but I can always Yahoo that and figure out what that float is, right? The next stock on this here possible breakout list that I got so far is NYNY. Now, immediately, since I was just over here looking, what I don't like is that this thing only got 4,000 shares sold, or 4,000 shares in and out. So if you're playing with big money, you're not going to really be able to find liquidity in this stock, or if you buy in, it might be hard for you to get out. But being that I'm not playing with big money, I can possibly play this, but it still may be hard for me to get out. I like the fact that it's a low float, but I also like the fact that it's range bound. So I got this stock on both my possible breakouts list, and I have it on my range bound. Perfect support to resistance is what I got written in there, right? And what I mean by that is that this thing was falling. It reached up and touched the high around $15. It fell off, punched up to this $15 all the way to $17. Then came and closed back to around $15. So $15 looks to be the resistance, right? And then it fell off for a while, bounced off at $8.66, pushed back up. $15 held as resistance again. What I would be looking for is this support level to hold sometime in our near future. So I keep my eye on this stock, do some stalking, and just keep my eye on this stock for a while. See if it come back down here to this level, buy it at about $9. If it returns to 15, look at that box up there to the left. That'll be 57% on your money. I'll take it, even if it take a few weeks to get it. My money growing 50% in 3 weeks, a month. That's good money. That's good eating right there. Next stock I got on this list is Pier 1. Pier 1 is looking to be a break. It's a lower price stock at 90-something cents. I do like the fact that we got a 5 million shares traded. Float is a little bit higher. I tend to want something that's a very, very low float on my breakouts. I had to drink some water, throat getting dry. But sometimes when these things break, they can continue. I would be careful though, because this trend for over a year has been falling off. So this might be a phase where, like in here, it started getting up for a second and then it gapped down. It started getting up for a second here and then gapped down. So I would be careful with this Pier 1 based on the stock's history. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me get to my other strategy, my other thought process in there. Range bound, which is what I'm finna play with a tad bit. Now I got several stocks in here that I got on my range bound watch list. Let's look at LBRT because I think this might be my play. Or no, this grit stone oncology. But I look at LBRT too to give you a better example of what I mean by range bound, or what a range bound stock is. Range bound stocks are just that. They trade up and down in between a range. Now, what a lot of people do, 90% of people just buy a stock maybe down here at $16 and they hold it. It reaches up to an area, $22, and then it sells off. Instead of them selling off, following the trend of the market for that particular stock, they just hold it. They add more shares down here, which is a good strategy. You can make money and gain another 35% on whatever shares they add again down here. You know what I'm saying? Because those first shares that they bought over at $16, they gained money on it, but then that money went away. So they buy again, they gain money on it, then the money goes away. Instead, what I would recommend a person to do is, if this thing touches this resistance up here, then sells off. You buy it down here in this area, perfect support to resistance, at $17 where that marker is, and you sell it up here near this resistance. Buy that support, sell it at the resistance. That's 32% of your money. Now you move out the stock's way. Watch this fall out. Let this thing fall down. And it gets down here to $16, $17 where you bought it the last time. Buy it again. It gets anywhere near the top of this resistance, 27% of your money, $4 gained on your shares, I'll take it. Now look at the time frame though. That's 28 days. So you have to hold the stock for a whole month. But I'll take 28% of my money in a month. That's almost 1% a day in that case. You know what I'm saying? You sell it because the market it's got close to this resistance, and then it sells off. Now, what a range-bound stock is telling you, a range-bound stock is painting a perfect picture for you. You know what I'm saying? Down here, I got my support line in green, representing this is where the buyers own this particular stock. Buyers own this $15, $16 area. Whenever this stock gets down to $15, $16, the buyers say that this is us down here. It gets up to 23, the sellers say this is us up here. So, I mean, you can just follow the trend of the market. Buy down here, sell up here. Buy down here, sell up here. Buy down here, sell up here. That's easy money. Easy money. The stock is telling you what it's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you can catch these range bound stocks, you can put yourself in position to get money. The stock is telling you what it's going to do. You know what I'm saying? You got 38% in that case in 22 days if you're looking at that box, if you bought it near that bottom. You sell it, wait another 20-some days. Here we are 15 days later, it's now down, or 21 days, whatever. You buy it at $17. It gets up here anywhere near 21, not even at the top of that spike. You got 25% of your money. Why get greedy? Sell it, get out, move out the way, let it fall. In this case, the range was broken. But even from like the bottom of the range of 1256 to 1597, let's say you at 13 and you sell it at 1588. Look at that box. That's 20% of your money. That's still a good range for me. You know what I'm saying? We all us little traders, I consider us to be mad scientists because we always hunting for gold. This is always trial and error. You know, you find something that looks like a decent market strategy to you and you test it. You test it over and over again, see how much it works, see what your gains could be. You know what I'm saying? My problem, truthfully, is I ain't got enough capital to load up in all of these different thought processes that I've noticed over time from looking at chart after chart after chart. But if God bless me with the time, I feel like I will be able to do that. And I'm going to be able to show people how to do it as well. This is Pursuit of Freedom.